This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
Welcome aboard to the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology as we have game number 2 of our doubleheader. The girls victorious tonight, 65-32. Emma Bose and Peyton Weber leading things for Jesup. But tonight, Jesup boys coming in 0-5 overall, and 5-1 are the Union Knights coming in. And it is could be a very interesting night as Union comes in averaging 70 points per game, shooting almost 48%. Jesup still looking for their opportunity to find themselves, and we'll see if it's tonight or as they roll into the new year. But back in for our second game, I'm Nate Clayburgh. Luke Baldwin, as he come out of retirement, to join a special guest, Ardell Oxner, who's up here. And you actually paid to want to do this.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising, right?
Okay.
Yeah, no, the girls' experience was great. Love being up here with you guys. And again, thanks to the Booster Club for all they do and for the opportunity to do this. They're the ones that are out there working in the community and raising the cash, getting the awareness. So our youth have an opportunity to participate in not only athletics, fine arts, the speech, all the things, right?
After prom, all those things in there.
Yep,
so, little backstory is the Booster Bash that was held this last spring, that Luke and I, our first and only time that we will MC that event. I think
do we know
they
that
said,
for
they
sure?
said thank you, and then I said they said thank you.
No, that was a great inaugural and farewell address
Yes,
that you gave.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
it was really
so.
nice.
But part of it was, hey, how about we come out of retirement? We had already said we're going to pass the reins to whoever else wanted to come up and be in the upper patio in the press box. And Tim Sauer stepped up, and Nick Green for football, and Lacey for volleyball, and Zach and Matt Gross for wrestling, and Anthony and Eric have just been lonely up here for basketball until tonight. And we said, okay, we come out. Who wants to bid to have us come out and be a part of it? And Ardell was the guy that did it.
God bless him.
Yeah, the way that story actually went is they said, here's this nice white J-Hawk Sports Network quarter zip. And I said, gosh, that looks pretty nice. And I'm a guy of quarter zips. And I said, I need that into my collection. I bid it, and they said, oh, by the way, you get an opportunity to come with these two guys to do.
So you were bidding on the
broadcast.
shirt, not necessarily the opportunity.
Well, whatever you want to believe.
You were hoping we were going to pay you to have to be a part of this.
Yeah,
mess.
that was kind of the thought. But
okay.
I mean, it's been great. It's and honestly, it's a great way to watch a basketball game.
It is kind of the best seat in the house.
Best seat in the house.
The other nice thing, the thing I've always appreciated most about this is I can run my mouth and nobody, well, yes, besides you, Anthony, I can run my mouth and nobody can really do anything about it.
This is true.
I mean, they can turn their TV off, but
yep.
But as you
they
said,
they don't seem to.
No,
anyway,
they don't. As you said, this will be potentially an interesting night. If nothing else, we have a very good team in the house in the Union Knights. I was watching them warm up here, and I think I saw 15 straight three-pointers, nothing but net, and that was by 15 different players. So
yeah, that's a lot of what you can expect tonight, Luke.
Yeah.
When you watch them, they run basically it's a 5-guard offense. Kind of a 5-out. It'll look very similar to what we've run on our offense in terms of a weave out front, looking to make opportunities to catch a screen, to catch an angle, to get some penetration to the bucket, and or kick for the three.
Yeah.
And so that's what you can expect. Defensively, they're going to run. I think we'll see a little bit of everything, but also we're going to see probably some pressure. They run some man pressure with like some jump opportunities in the half court and the full court. So yeah, we'll see if we're up to that test tonight.
Well, and they're not overly tall. I mean, they do have a 6'4" sophomore, but they are long. Like if you look at these guys, even their guards are long and lengthy, and they're gonna be a problem in the passing lanes. Ball security is going to be one of our main focuses here tonight. I think.
And you're right, they're not overly long, but they're number 5. You can watch for him, Tate Van Dyke, the senior, listed at 6'3". He plays big.
Yeah,
he plays big.
Yeah. Averaging 14 points a game, 55% from the field. He's a rebounder too. Now they got 2 guys in double figures on scoring. Right up there with assists, but as long as Union's not beating themselves, Jesup's going to have an opportunity.
Yep, and that's why we play the game.
I'm glad you got that in. We're ready to go. Starting lineups as we will lean things over to Doug Frush momentarily. And we might have some sideboards. Oh, we do have the sideboards going. I got Andreessen down there.
Yep, we got Kayla running sideboards.
Now this is Varsity Boys Basketball. Once again, we'd like to thank our referees, Austin Cole, Dan Lechtenberg, and Ben Lechtenberg. For the Union Knights, senior number 2, Cameron Mullen. Senior number 4, Maddox DeWinter. Senior number 5, Tate Van Dyke. Senior number 10, Caden Sorensen. And sophomore number 22, Bryson DeWinter. The Knights are led by head coach Eric Jesse and assisted by Tanner Wolf. For your Jayhawks, senior number 0, Gage Wymore. Junior number 3, Brandon Woodward. Senior number 4, Braylon Seahas. Junior number 11, Jackson Andreessen. And junior number 55, Abe Sullivan. Jesup is led by head coach Joe Smines and assisted by Steve Schmidt.
All right, get a chance. Ardell, what do we got for Union again?
Yeah, so Union, we've got Cameron Mullen, who's a senior, 6'1", number 2. Number 4, Maddox DeWinter, a senior, 6'1". Number 5, Tate Van Dyke. I talked about him earlier. He's a senior, 6'3" is the program height. Number 10, Caden Sorensen. He's a senior. And Bryson DeWinter, number 22, is going to be starting.
And for your Jesup J-Hawks, we've got a senior guard, number 0, Gage Wymore, a senior forward, a junior guard, number 3, Brendan Woodward, a senior guard, number 4, Braylon Seahas, junior guard, number 11, Jackson Andreessen, and a junior guard, number 55, Abe Sullivan. So a couple of new faces in the lineup for the Jayhawks as we get things going here. And the Union Knights do miss their first basket. Rebound Jayhawks.
Jesup in their new unis this season, and Abe Sullivan right in the paint takes that first shot. Strong in there.
That was a nice drive by Abe. I like to see that, man, and that was a good look. He just rolled it off the front of the rim.
Yeah, finished strong, and that's been honestly, that has been a lot of our challenges in this early in the season here, is getting shots to the rim, and they do not want to fall for us.
Yeah.
Brendan Woodward with that pull down. Again, still wanting to score here in this first quarter. And there's Braylon Seahas, a little hook on the left side, pull it down. Andreessen almost had a hold of it. Ball still loose.
Good hustle, Jayhawks.
And give credit to Braylon Seahas. Pulls that back in for Gage to set things up one more time. Woodward in and out. Again, Woodward coming as a junior and a deep 3. Wow.
Nice shot by Gage Wymore, and that's a great confidence builder for Gage. Sometimes these guys, I think they miss a couple early, and you see their whole body language. They just kind of slump down, and it goes from there. But so good confidence shot for Wymore.
Union looking to start where they can get onto that scoreboard. Van Dyke with it. Force up off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound and drops it in.
He's a strong kid, isn't he, Ardell?
Yeah, like I said, he plays a lot bigger than he is. He's plenty of size, but he plays bigger than he is for us, for sure.
Pressure, trying to get that ball across the line. Abe Sullivan right to left on that dribble. Under 6 minutes. Triple team left side. Pull Braylon Seahas out a little bit. Fast action game, and Abe's going to get pickpocketed back the other way.
Union able to clear that successfully, even though a little bit out of control under the bucket there. But no harm done as they get it cleared out. They're going to look for Van Dyke here in the low post. He's going to go to work against Andreessen. Jackson standing up well against him.
He did. He's right in there.
Against him.
He gave him some challenge, most definitely.
Good take by Wymore. And one.
Oh.
They're going to call it on the ground.
On the floor. No NBA continuation
Nice try.
tonight.
Yeah, well, even college has it now. They went to the continuation. So Masteller, he's checking into the game. He's going to replace Sullivan. He'll see his first minutes here.
And he's been averaging 15.4 points per game. Leading scorer, Andreessen, outside shot, no good. And it's going to take Masteller. He's got to get his bearings as he comes off the bench of where he's at, where he needs to be.
Yeah, we'll be playing man-to-man here. We're with Masteller matched up against Van Dyke. That should be a good match all night.
Bryson DeWinter for the first, second basket actually for Union. Masteller between the leg, free throw length, back of the rim, no good. Andreessen continues to fight inside, trying to get that back, but all by himself. Van Dyke, and it's his 4th point.
Smart move by Masteller to back away from that one. Sometimes you get a less disciplined kid and going for the swat and end up just committing a silly foul. Nice take by Masteller too.
Well, that's something, Ardell. We were talking to Smides at halftime of the girls' game. You know, he's that center forward or center guard, and finding his way to bring that ball up the floor seamlessly. And you see so much of that across basketball at all levels now. Tall guys bringing that ball up the floor.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a true point guard on this team.
Yeah.
Gage Wymore, he's doing a nice job of it, but Gage, he's a shooting guard.
He's a natural too.
Yeah.
Yep, there's no doubt about it that he's a natural too.
Yep.
And Parker usually gets a favorable matchup to handle the ball, and he can do it, and he's fearless.
Yeah.
That's one thing I mentioned with Joe as well. I think I've noticed this year moreover is he's really embraced that floor general fearless player. You know, early in the season he had some trouble staying in games with some foul trouble here and there, but seemed to get kind of in the flow of that. Got that figured out now, so great to see him out there.
Well, one thing I liked about Sullivan early in this game is he took it to the rack. A couple of these guys out here, and I don't know if it's a confidence thing or what it is, but we gotta have more guys that are willing to take it at the rim.
Yeah.
You know, you can't score if you don't shoot.
And to watch out, Mullen hits that big shot. He's at 3 for him, 13-5. All of a sudden, Union, they get that ball back in, and Masteller waits to pick it out.
That was that token pressure that we thought we might see.
Woodward in the corner, right in there.
That's a big shot.
Yeah. He's actually had some nice time off the minute, nice minutes off the bench, and has been unafraid to take those shots.
Yeah, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need guys that are willing to do that.
Yeah.
Masteller is a good player, but you can't play 1-on-5 or 2-on-5.
Nope. Got to have some contributors.
Andreessen, some good coverage on that far side, but Gage hard to contain that shooter right there with Bryson DeWinter getting his 4th basket.
See a jump as they. This is what Union likes to do. They'll sort of run that man pressure on, and then they'll try to jump it in the backcourt and see if they can surprise you and poke away a steal.
Andreessen, I'm not sure he was ready for that shot, but did get that pass when he needed to. 15 on that shot clock. Little fadeaway over with Gage.
Pretty shot. Gage having a nice game so far.
Got to play some defense here.
A little turnaround of the paint, and Bryson DeWinter hanging out where he needed to be.
Yeah, you got to get a body in front of him.
We got to clear this out. There we go with the point forward that we were talking about earlier. Here, just give it to Parker. His guy is going to be not a open court defender normally.
Andreessen trying to fall through, and a quick handoff from Woodward.
Got to get back. Got to get back.
It's those breakaways that is going to eat away at this, or make it bigger on that margin.
Mullen with the. Is that Mullen with the shot there?
I think so. Give him a total of 5 now.
Yep,
and talk about a quick moving first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say if we needed a sideboard operator, we don't need a shot clock operator tonight because we're not getting below 25, it seems like, on the shot clock.
Woodward 5 total points right now. The ball fades away. Nice Andreessen. He's got some energy. And if you want to look at, there's a fair amount of underclassmen here on this team. And it'll be interesting to see what they're like here next year and the year after. And especially how they can mature with time on the floor here as the season moves along.
Masteller's pretty methodical.
Yeah.
He really has some nice moves out there. Every now and then I think, okay, less dribbling, pass it up. But that's just kind of the nature of this team. I mean, he's trying to do what he can to get some wins here. But
I think, too, that's something that I've seen mature in him since last year is he's taken his time a little bit more.
Yeah.
He realizes he doesn't have to be at 110% speed. He can take his time, get his shot, make it work for him.
Boy, the Jayhawks hustling tonight.
Yeah,
man.
talk about getting after it.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily reflect it in the win column, but as we mentioned when we were talking to Coach Smines here between games or at halftime, hustle has not been a problem.
Yeah.
They played really hard against Wapsie Valley, came up short. They played hard in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Peyton Cameron, Abe Sullivan in the game. Pressure 3/4 length of the floor. Mastiller breaks away. Looking to dish an opening, but Union giving a struggle for Jesup. Last second shot doesn't roll in here in a very rapid first quarter.
That was a nice look by Gage Wymore. As you mentioned earlier, Ardell, I mean, just a hair short on that, and it sounds like we've had a lot of those this year. We did, instead of getting the roll, we end up on the wrong side of it. So
yeah, that's right. It may be worth noting there right before the end of the half, we saw Sawyer Spence check in with some sort of headgear on.
I saw that,
Luke, and I think there might be the reason he didn't start. He's started all of their games and is scoring right at 7.5 points a game for him.
Okay.
So might have had a little. Yeah, I don't know if it was in previous game or previous practice, but. Might be something going on there.
Well, real key when you're looking at what Union are controlling the turnovers, how Jesup's going to do that. There was a strength there mid first quarter that Union had spread them out a little bit, and spread our players out, and we're ready for some quick baskets at the end of the floor. And I think they're aware of that, but there was something about that starting five. There was some energy in there. That's not your usual starting five.
Yep.
But they had some energy coming into it.
Hey, you know what? When you're not a starter and you get an opportunity, you take advantage of that. And I'm sure those guys they wanted to make their mark, so to speak.
Yep, those lights don't come on. You're not being introduced many times. You want to make a point of it when you do, right? You want to make a point of it when you do.
Double coverage on Masteller, fadeaway inside, no good. Force that shot.
So yeah, it sounds like Spence had a little collision or something in last night's game. That's right.
Oh, last night's game. That's right. So they played last night. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they were up against AGWSR last night, beat them 73-41.
Shout out to our friend on Facebook, presumably from LaPorte City or Dysart or somewhere in the surrounding area. Gage Wymore shoots, makes it.
Nice.
Boy, he came to play.
Yeah, he came to play. You can notice on the scoreboard, though, I think we gave up 19 points in that first quarter. If we give up 80 points in a game, we're going to have a hard time keeping up at that pace.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're going to have to find some defense, either slow the game down, find some defense, do something, because 80 points is going to be tough to come by for us.
Union quick to respond as well. Spence with that three.
Yeah, I haven't been up here in a while. I got to give a big shout out to my man down in Florida, Bob Wymore, grandpa of Gage Wymore. He is an avid fan, always watching these games, and speaks way too highly of us up here too. So,
well, as you get older, you don't really know much better. That might be a part of it. Bob, I'm just kidding you. Jump by Masteller, and that was a beautiful flow to the hoop. 25-19. Give credit. You talk about hustle. Jackson Andreessen is working his feet down there, trying to disrupt. But the Knights They're programmed to win.
The mask is not affecting Sawyer's shot.
No.
Again, that's Sawyer Spence, the senior for the Union Knights. And I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but the Union Knights started 4 seniors, 1 sophomore, and then, of course, they bring Spence off the bench, who I don't know if they typically start 5 seniors. Or I know he typically starts, but for who, I wasn't sure. But
yeah, he usually starts. Usually DeWinter is not a normal starter for them.
So these guys got some dudes.
Underclassman.
These guys have some dudes, that's for sure. They're a bunch of good-looking athletes out there.
As far as I can tell, they've been waiting. They played this last year for this year.
Okay.
They should be a very explosive team this year in the conference.
Mastiller puts it up, draws a foul. He will go to the free throw line. And Mastiller averaging 15.4 points per game. He came in off the bench, not as a starter tonight, but he's already got 6 and make that 7.
Closes that Union lead to 8, 20-28.
Rocking the pink Nikes tonight, misses that second one.
Nobody did shoes better than Jack Miller and
Ethan Wyatt.
Ethan Wyatt. I was like,
Ethan Wyatt.
Who was the other? Yeah, Ethan.
Well,
guys.
Sometimes he would wear a different color on each foot.
Yeah.
Pence goes to the hoop. He's got some jump on him.
Oh yeah, nothing says intimidation like pink Nikes.
Get in there.
There's Sullivan.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nice shot, Sully.
Abe Sullivan, 3 for him. He was a starter tonight.
Yeah, he's struggled from 3 a little bit, and it's same kind of thing that we talked about in the girls'
block,
game.
Gage.
Nice to see some of these guys start to find their range.
Gage questioned that a little bit, but that right hand touched the back.
Yeah, he got a little bit
Pence.
of body there.
28-23.
Gage says, "Bro, come on, man. I'm not the tallest guy on the court here. Give me some love."
Do you suppose the face mask bothers Spence more, or the people that are looking at him that kind of maybe scares you a little bit of fright?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't make me choose, man.
Truthfully, if I had to wear a mask, I would do like a white hockey mask.
Friday the 13th.
Well, if you're gonna do it, do it right. Do it right.
Kind of thing, huh?
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes in the first half.
Maybe have a little twitch or something as I was walking around.
That's where we differ. I'm probably more of a Phantom of the Opera mask kind of guy.
Okay. All right. You go on different arts on that.
The music of the night. You bet.
Deep shot for Sorensen as he is in the scorebook. All starters for Union have scored.
I think on the basketball court, both of those are equally concerning and scary.
Boy, this defense is swarming. Look at that help. Look at that rotation to the ball.
Mastiller tough to follow through on that, and Jackson is going to get caught up in it. That'll be the second team foul for the Jayhawks.
Andreessen would like to have that one back. That's just kind of an unnecessary foul. You're there not really going to do anything in that position.
Timeout on the floor. I think Coach Smines wanted to take that one, and this is the second time that I've been able to see these guys. And you know, the thing about it, I'd say a Coach Smines coach team, but a lot of our Jesup coaches, where they start, it's just continuous improvement. It seems like every game, and then it's always great when you see there's different personnel that start stepping up and filling some gaps and playing where they need to be to try and bring the team along.
Yeah, I think you're seeing that a little bit happen in real time in front of us tonight with Jackson Andreessen. He is not a normal starter. He normally doesn't get a ton of minutes in games. And you guys have noticed that he's out there playing hard and making things happen and trying to defend and do all the things, and he's earning his way onto the court.
It's kind of a coach, look at me. I can do it. I can do it.
Well, and even you could say when you look at, Woodward got a nod out there tonight too to start with Brendan, and he was working out there too. He was getting time to showcase in front of Smines as well, show what he can do.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I watched the Sumner game on TV the other night, and I was not impressed by the lack of hustle from the Jayhawks that I saw, and I am not seeing that tonight. They're really getting after it here, so that's good to see.
Tate Van Dyke looking for Spence, deep three, rim no good, ball still flying. Nice double team up there by Sullivan and Jackson, and ball just
Jumped
cannot go
early,
Jesup's way. And that one finally rolls in for Tate Van Dyke.
Well, Masteller, he had that. He just jumped a little bit too early.
Yeah, here we go with the point forward, bringing the ball up again. That's by design.
3:42 halftime. We'll talk to one of the girls' co-head basketball
nice
coaches.
Nice find.
That ball
Can't
rolls
finish,
away.
and can't finish. Yep, it's just been
Goodness.
the way our season has gone. Good finds, good looks, the right shot, won't fall.
Yeah.
You see that frustration on Gage's face. You know, they all know how close they are.
That is a tough shot. He's practically underneath the hoop,
bucket. Yeah, on the baseline. Peyton knocking down a free throw there.
Get him in the scorebook. He has been averaging 6.4 per game. Jackson will come to the bench and bring Seahawks out to take his spot, left side of that lane, near side.
He's been a standout with the free throw, shooting 90% this season.
That's Cameron.
Yeah.
Just put a couple more on there.
3:25.
Oh.
And
lost him on the
wow,
the
there was
switch.
an opportunity for Union right under there with Sorensen. Didn't take it, but they'll take the outside shot, and Seahawks pulls it in. Gage trying to slow this offense down a little bit and then look for that opening. Kind of follows Masteller to that left side. And now Woodward, who's in the game right now. Nice no look to Masteller, outside to Peyton. Cameron was in line. The Union gets that rebound. Comes with Sorensen. Ball's loose on the floor, and quickly Masteller on the ground, and that is going to be Union ball.
Love to see it. 2 Jayhawks on the ground.
And Jesup with the advantage right now of being in the double bonus with a 4-team foul situation for Union. And hopefully they can capitalize on that.
We're come out zone here, which is not uncommon out of the baseline play. It's going to be hard to rebound out of that. That's my only fear is trying to find a person to box. It's going to be a problem.
That sort of shot.
Unless it's a little bit short, and then it's more of a pass, and it's an intercepted pass. That's fortuitous for us.
Masteller,
good word.
Little trip up on his dribble, recovers, and a bank in by Gage Wymore.
Yeah, Gage is finding it tonight a little bit.
I think he's up to 10 now.
11
for the big zero.
20%, 21% three-point shooter on the season, and is definitely finding it better tonight.
Little stumble along the baseline, still get that out to Sorensen. And eyeing the three is DeWinter, no good. Masteller with the long arms can pull that down.
So the Jayhawks right in this game, 28-33, a little out of control, Masteller.
A little out of control. Takes out Cameron.
And you know, that's what you were talking about early. He really has matured, and you don't see as much of that anymore. But that's an example of when you gotta slow it down.
Yeah.
We're actually pretty fortunate to come away with that ball. Somebody must have touched it at the end.
No, they ended up calling a foul.
Did
on
they
that.
really?
Yeah, they ended up calling a foul on it.
Wow.
The foul, I think, went to Van Dyke.
So violent, I didn't even notice the foul.
Still some discussion down low, and I think there was.
Yeah, there
might have been a touch down low with Bryson DeWinter. I think may have had the handle on it.
There was I think Masteller's shooting, right?
Yeah, there was some confusion. The refs had Cameron as the one that got fouled when it really was Masteller, the ball handler. So they
they had Wymore at the line for a minute.
Yeah, they were going to make a substitution, and they thought that Cameron needed to come back in to shoot. And then they had to figure out that Masteller was the guy that was shooting. So
I gotcha.
They got it squared up.
Higdal into the game. Senior guard, 6'1". Nothing but seniors for this.
They're deep.
This night's team.
And count them when you can, especially when you're the double bonus. 33-30. And Jesup, again, still looking for that first win on the season. Knights coming in at 5-1, and a missed shot opportunity there.
That's
a really
uncommon
really nice move.
Yeah, beautiful.
Talked earlier.
Woodward
outside, and talked earlier. Union needs to watch and see if they don't beat themselves, and that's kind of what's happening right now. That's given Jesup a chance to tighten this up. Van Dyke forces it in and pulls the foul.
Yeah,
that's tough. He set up like he wanted
close.
to.
He was set, but then he turned his body.
Yep, he set up like he was ready to take a charge there, and just turned at the last instant and slid a little bit under the player that was in the air, Van Dyke.
Take him to a total of, see at 10? Yeah, he's the first player for Union in double figures. Back of the rim, no good. Who's there to get it? Van Dyke gets his own. Take another deep 3 attempt. And
rebound.
White jerseys swarm the rim, and those balls are bouncing towards that arch. And give Andreessen, that'll be his first personal foul. 14 foul for Jesup. Cameron back in. Woodward sitting down.
Yeah, we're working hard on the defensive end and doing a lot of things right. We just can't seem to get the break on getting to those loose balls.
Hegdahl in the game off the bench, but DeWinter
nice D.
can't get past
Seahawks getting the hand in there.
Yeah. Under a minute. Both teams in the double bonus. Mullen.
That high weave, looking for a little bit of an angle, looking for a little bit of a gap.
Wow, that was forced up. I didn't think that was going to have the backspin on it, but it did and went through the hoop.
Fade away like that. That's tough to guard.
It's tough to defend. Here we go with our token pressure again, little man that they're looking to jump. Like to see Masteller get to work in the paint here a little bit. We might be able to exploit that, but we just haven't.
Nice shot.
A little 1 foot hop there. 13
like
for him.
Luka Doncic.
And wide open, quick down floor. Mullen takes that pass and puts it up. 10 seconds. Looking for a last shot. Called up Peyton Cameron. He's going to find a 3 attempt. Rolls off. Clock will hold up at 2:07 as Union will get the ball back. And Spence back in.
Spence and Sullivan for the Jayhawks.
Sullivan in for the Jayhawks. We got a timeout.
Full timeout. Full timeout Union.
Going back to what you said there, Ardell, about Masteller, I too would like to see him do a little more work down in the paint. I don't mind bringing the ball up the court, but especially if you find yourself in a matchup with a guy that's smaller than you, take him down low, get yourself down low, and ask for the ball.
Yeah, I think he could do some work down there, or at least give it an opportunity. It's a spot that I think we can exploit. Although tonight we're finding the distance from the range shooting, and we have not had that in previous games, other than the Wapsie game. So I think our distance shooting is keeping us in this. I still, here we're at 38 points with a couple seconds left. We're not going to score 80.
Well, no, but
we're going to have to find a way to clamp down some defense.
Gage Wymore with 13 or whatever he's got. That we don't have that usually.
No.
So that's a huge difference maker tonight.
Yeah, we got to find a way to get to those rebounds and find a way to tighten up that defense a little bit.
Van Dyke inbounding.
That's out of
that
bounds.
ball's going to roll out, and Jesup will get it back. Just could not get in the hands of Sorensen. Great coverage there from Peyton Cameron.
Yeah, I don't know if Sorensen found a little slick spot on the court there.
Yeah, it should be inbounded from the baseline. Nobody touched it on the way in. So we'll have an opportunity here to run a little baseline play to see if we can get a quick score with 2.2 left.
Seahawks, baseline, Masteller, Woodward down near
we got
lower
cooking.
part of that lane, and
Grady Anderson checking in.
That's a new name in for us.
Yeah.
Anderson,
yeah, they're looking to get some height in. They were looking to defeat the lob if there was something coming, so I think they just wanted some pure height in the game.
Looking for Gage, comes off of the hands of Sorensen, 1.9 seconds. Not much went off the clock.
You don't have much time. You catch it, and you got to get it going.
Pretty quick shot. Peyton will get it up quick.
Has the arch, has the rim. Wow.
Had a good look.
Halftime, 38-32. Jesup J-Hawks making it a ball game, and when you look at the differences of these two teams in their first 5-6 games, I don't think any of us up here expected tonight, but I think we can say the last couple seasons at this point in the year, the teams just seem to evolve at this point in time.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in person yet, so take this with a grain of salt. The couple games that I have watched so far this year, the thing that stood out to me was lack of hustle. And I'm not seeing that at all tonight. You know,
yeah.
Ardell, you said you saw the opposite of that in some of the games you saw.
This is playing out very much like the Wapsie game did, where we had a lot of hustle on the floor, all over the place, pressing the opponent to the wire, and that's feeling a lot like this. Again, 38-32 at halftime. That's a pretty good scoring outburst for us. We're going to have to we're going to have to keep that scoring up and then find a way to find some of these rebounds and play a little better defense.
Yeah.
But we're right in this thing.
But Union only outscored them 19-18 in that second quarter.
Right. Yep.
So
we're right in this thing.
We welcome in one of the co-head coaches for the Jesup J-Hawks. He's a familiar voice here across the J-Hawks Sports Network. That's Jason Pilcher. What's it like having a different role coming up here and putting a headset on?
It feels a little weird. I was thinking about it. I was like, Roger left, and I was like, I have to be the one that go up there now. And I was like, I went over there, sat over there with Whitemores, and I was like, oh no, I've got to.
Yeah.
Can't sit there.
You got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Girls win tonight, 65-32. You know, a slow start, and then things just started to roll for Jesup.
Yeah, slow starts, probably put it mildly. I think we came out a little bit more with a little bit more aggression. We got to the rim, we just weren't finishing, which has kind of been our MO. We get to the rim, we don't finish the best sometimes, but we keep attacking. So, you know, we kept at it, and you know, was able to. Defensively, we were pretty good. You know, we only gave up 3 points for the majority to the last like 30 seconds, and gave up 2 threes. So
yeah, I think that you put it well. You know, we noticed that watching as well, that you know, you get to the rim, you put the shots up, the shot doesn't fall, and still, you know, you get there, you get the second rebound, you get the third rebound, you get an opportunity. It just speaks a lot to the hustle and to the tenacity that the team is showing at this point.
You know, exactly. You know, you always lose every year. You lose people. You know, we lost a lot of seniors last year, but we still brought a whole big nucleus coming back. So we were, you know, pretty excited about that. You know, me and Roger have been part of the program for quite a few years, so girls were familiar with us. So we kind of lost the summer a little bit. We were able to come back this fall, start playing a little bit, and we're kind of getting offensively where we kind of need to be. And hopefully over Christmas we get a lot better where we're at, because we come out of Christmas break and we got some tough games. We got a stretch of GR, AP, Dyke, and
not only big games, but big road trips.
Big road trips,
all in a row there. But let's go back and talk about this. You know, you come out of last season, Jordan Conrad, the reign he had through there, stepped down, and there was a coach named, and then there was a coach that was gone.
Yeah.
And then it's like it opened back up again. And talk through that conversation that you and Roger and maybe Joe had to bring us to where you guys are doing this.
Yeah, to let people know, like, they had hired somebody else, one different avenue. That didn't work out, for don't really know. And then interview process started again. Me and Roger had talked before about different things, and then he asked about what about if I apply? I said, well, hopefully you apply, and then we both interview, and then hopefully one of us gets it. And then then Joe called us and said, hey, I'd really like both of you. We can try to find, you guys be like co-head coaches. Two guys have done it well together, over the years. So it's worked really well so far.
I've noticed too, sitting about 6 foot away on the home games at the sideboard panel, you guys really kind of are almost working one mind. You know, you've got a player that comes out, you're coaching the player up on the bench, Roger's running the floor. Player comes out, Roger's talking to the player on the bench, you're running the floor. It's really been it seems really seamless, and you can tell you guys have worked for quite a while together.
Yeah, and that's true, because, you know, even years ago when our boys were little, we were together doing stuff, doing camps and working together and known them for a long time. So we have kind of like the same philosophy, you know, on different, you know, program or methods that we're trying to do. You know, getting to the rim, attacking defensively, you know, defense first, and that's something that followed off from Jordan, you know. Let's, you know, defense first, let the offense take care of itself.
So you come in, you had some experience from last year. You know, you bring in the Bose sisters, your seniors this year. But talk about this team and you know, what you maybe had to reintroduce you and Roger as head coach, that style, what were things going to be? You guys didn't get to do a summer camp.
No, that's true.
So that kind of changed some things a little bit.
You know, if you've watched, we're really big on post touches. And if you look, you know, Peyton Weber she's not a mismatch down there, but she's very strong, and she's getting better. I mean, she came as a freshman. She gave us minutes as a freshman. Sophomore year, she gave us minutes. And this year, she's a full-time starter. And she's really matured quite a bit. She's done really well for us. That said, Dylan Vogel coming in at point guard as a sophomore has done a really good job as far as getting us in the offense and making us run. And when you throw like an Emma Bose that can play pretty much every position on the floor, that makes it pretty hard to guard. You know, when we played Sumner Fred the other night, they came out on triangle too. They came 3 girls, and had 1 girl in Emma, 1 girl in Peyton Weber. And Dylan hit some threes. Marley hit some threes, which we needed it to, you know, those girls to get going, and they did some really good jobs, and that opened it up, and then we started scoring in the second half.
Talking to co-head coach Jason Pilcher, Roger Oberhauser, the other half of that, as we were at halftime of the boys game. They're right in with Union, right, 38 to 32. We talk about the experience that you have with the Bose sisters and Peyton Weber, and you know, let's talk about those other ones that have come in and really are shaping what this team is going to be this season. Yeah,
I mean, Ella DeVore is one that comes in. She's given us quality minutes. Last year, we kept talking, like, me, Jordan, and Roger, like, we get down to the practice, like, Ella DeVore is coming along. She's doing really good things. You know, Haley Gingler, a really good soccer player, has come on and gave us some good minutes. Carmen Nuring, the same thing, is coming on and gave us some minutes. You know, the JV is getting, you know, we've got a couple girls, ladies, helping out coach the girls on the JV side. So we have, you know, usually 2 or 3 coaches helping out the JV on most nights. So, I mean, most schools don't do that. You know, they just kind of, JV's kind of off to the side, you know, but we're trying to develop those girls because those girls are going to need to step up and come up and ready to play.
Talk about the culture of this team and, you know, a good mix, upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, as far as how they're helping each other, how they're bringing each other along.
Well, that's a good question, because that's all up. I mean, coaches only do so much. And that's up to the players and the girls to get themselves interact with each other. You know, we've got a team app that everybody puts their messages out there. They talk to each other. We leave it up to the seniors. Emma and Jaden was like, okay, are you dressing up today? You know, I'll tell them something. I was like, okay, this needs to get out. I'm going to let you two need to make sure that the other girls know about it. And then, like, if we're not on the bus, it's like, okay, you two, you got to be responsible. You got to text me to make sure, you know, who's all there. They got to take responsibility for themselves. And, you know, even though we're 2 older guys, I think the girls are kind of comfortable, you know, to be around us. They can talk to us. You know, one thing with Roger with them, he helps out with softball, so he sees those girls at softball. He comes to other events. You know, we see these girls at other things, you know, around them constantly, and they're a great group of kids.
Well, you close out here the 2025 portion of this schedule. What's it like? You got dead week next week, but you're going to get some time in the gym to kind of get ready before you hit that big road trip.
Yeah, because we're going to get some practice in, have some fun, and then we're going to Waterloo West. We're going to play Dunkerton, and I forget who else in Waterloo. So we're going to play some really good quality schools to get ready for our conference to come out ready to play. Because, like I said, we come out 4 games of tough stretch.
Let's talk about the nickel. What you're seeing this year, how it's different from last year to this year.
It's funny you ask, because Emily Treptow is helping out without basketball, and she asked me that last night. She goes, "Do you think the conference is as strong as it used to be?" And I said, "It's actually probably." I said, "You look at the 2A and 1A, look who's ranked." And then, like, last night, in the other schools, they're doing really well. Hudson beat AP in overtime. Denver lost last night to Duncan, which is a good school. I think Dyke beat AP tonight. GR beat Grundy. So it's wide open. And this year, even though we're in our pods, there's going to be only one conference champion. So right now it's wide open. But if you look at the ring,
this is the first year that's kind of changed.
Yeah,
the way the conferences. Can you talk through that?
It's
been 2 or 3 years.
It's been probably about 4 or 5, somewhere around there. Yeah.
After COVID, maybe.
After
is when
COVID,
that
about then, and then and we've always, like Joe said, we've always played. Jesup's always played the other schools at least once. The other schools kind of didn't do it. So, but yeah, that's one thing that's not changing on our part. We've always played everybody at least once. So.
Ardell, any great insight or questions you want to have? We'll give you that platform.
Hey, I do have one thing though.
Okay.
The girls, our basketball girls were super stoked to make these. They were waving, and then all of a sudden, Emma Bowes waved up there, and Luke waved back at her, and she was so excited. I said, "Why are you excited?" Well, Luke waved at me. I said, "Okay."
It's Luke Baldwin.
Luke
you know
Baldwin.
what you're talking about.
And then I said something, and they go, "I can't believe you said that." I said, "Well, he's my friend for a long time. You should hear what he says to me."
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it, but there was the Luke and Nate combination up here has been missed by the community. So
well, Ardell, you're stepping right in. I think they're super stoked to have you up here too with them. So
it's exciting, no doubt about it.
So
well, Jason, thanks for making your way up here, and congrats on the win tonight.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Co-head coach Jason Pilcher, his girls win tonight, 65-32 with Emma Bowe 17 points. Weber had 16. As we're back in action with the boys into things out of the locker room. Just 19 seconds into this. 38-32 is the score, but what do you suppose any sort of adjustments are made in the locker rooms for either of these teams?
I'm guessing that Coach Mines was coaching up what was first off telling them we're right in this thing, right? Keep playing, keep working, and figure out how to turn around and find a body to get in front of on those rebounds. That is absolutely killing us right here, and I think that we can expect to see an improvement there for sure. We'll see if there's any defensive adjustments that come out of this.
Jesup tightens it up on that first basket this half. Wymore now at 15, but Union quick to respond as Bryson DeWinter puts one through. He totals up to 8 now.
I was going to say, I would guess Coach Jesse told his squad, start doing more of that. Take it to the rack. Use your quickness. Get inside, put it up. You're either going to make the shot or draw a foul, one of the two.
Yep.
Just a minute into this as starters of the second half, Masteller, Sullivan, Wymore, and Reeson. Who else am I missing out there? I guess Seahawks.
Yep.
And Jesup back-to-back plays, get the basket in.
That was a man's move right there.
And you can see that Union is really, they had been pressuring the ball handler quite a bit. They're cranking that up even more at this point. They think that they can take some advantage there on our ball handling.
Jackson.
There's a quick pickpocket.
And just hanging out, Bryson DeWinter just kind of nonchalantly just guarding and saw that ball, and he went right after it, but Jesup maintains possession.
Yeah, on the jump there, alternating possession. But you can see the pressure here to inbound. They're going to jump that, try to put a little pressure there.
Get across that timeline. Wymore.
Nice job by Wymore.
Really handling that ball well.
He's put a display on. Sullivan tripped up a little bit. Masteller needs an outlet. Could go back to Sullivan. He takes a free throw length shot, all backboard. And Union gets it back in. Pressure from Union, guys.
Yep.
I'd like to see Sullivan keep going towards the rack with that ball.
Yeah,
he's got the size, he's got the speed for it.
Yeah, and that jump shot.
Athleticism.
Jump
he's got the athleticism.
Not his shot.
No, he's got the athleticism. He can take it to the rack and try to make something happen, draw a foul, get some contact, something along those lines.
Mullen with a basket, 42-36. Wide shot, dangerous pass when you're looking against this Union team. Parker goes on his own. Wow, we got a little finger roll on that.
That's some touch. Get back now, get back. Masteller's tired.
Yeah.
That's the thing about, you know,
running point.
Yeah.
And he is going to get that one picked away. DeWinter on his own, and foul with Seahawks. Questions it a little bit.
Yeah, he fouled. You either gotta hammer him so he doesn't make it, or just let him go. You can't do it halfway.
Keep the ball off the rim, right?
Yep.
Don't let the ball get to the rim.
DeWinter goes to 6 points and goes to the free throw line. Jesup keeping their lineup, other than Cameron's going to come in for Sullivan. And yeah, Masteller is going to need, I think he's wondering if he's going to get a little bit of a relief.
Yeah, I think we're trying to get some ball handling in the game here a little bit to help him bring it up. He's still our best matchup. Woodward checks in as well.
Woodward, Andreessen, Cameron, Wymore, Masteller all in for Jesup. The free throw doesn't go for DeWinter. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Got to get that ball across midcourt, but instead it goes out of bounds.
Here's that ball pressure play really paying off dividends for the Union Knights.
Yeah, and Cameron's got to chill a little bit there. He's yelling at his teammates. That's not his teammates' fault. You gotta relax. Wait for the guy to get open and hit him with a good pass.
Yeah, the thing that I think we saw earlier, we were talking about after one of the home games where the pressure gave us a little trouble, and I think it was in the girls' game actually. It's this concept of you want to be intent, you want to be quick, but not in a hurry.
Yeah.
You gotta attack, you gotta move, but if you get hurried, that's where you're going to start making mistakes and that sort of thing. Easy for us to say up here.
Absolutely.
40 foot above now. 40 foot above the
yeah, and I have
playing surface.
Are we 40 feet up?
I don't know.
I'm
bad at estimates.
I am empathetic to Cameron's situation there. I mean, he's not a ball handler, and he got stuck with the ball right there.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's not his forte.
But you just gotta be patient and wait for something to open up.
Pressure, Van Dyke, Mullen couldn't find anything. Masteller pulls down that rebound, and again pressure on him to bring that ball up the floor. Dish it off to Andreessen. Masteller in the paint, drops his shoulder. Cameron's out wide open, doesn't do a three. Finds baseline Andreessen. That one gets loose and out of bounds, and it'll go back towards Union.
That was actually a really nice find by Peyton Cameron.
Yeah. I think you saw it on our last defensive possession there with Union with the ball on our end. It was a lot of when we made them get into a set offense, they just are not as effective. They want to be running this thing up pace, going to the bucket. You can see it there, turn the corner, draw the foul. If we can get them to be set shooters, we're going to be in a lot better situation on defense. Foul on Masteller there.
That's his first, second of the quarter for Jesup, and just a little touch with the hand as that ball was coming through, and free throw in.
Yeah,
give credit to Mullen.
That's too bad. That was really well defended by Andreessen. That ball was not going up.
4:24 here in this third quarter. Quick moving ball game. After the first half, Union was up 19-14, halftime 38-32.
There we go, speed dribble. Oh boy. Thought he got a lot of arm on that one. They're letting him play though.
Spreading out that offense a little bit more. Masteller trying to take up real estate in the lane, and attack from behind. Looked like Spence maybe hoping to get a whistle against him, but keeps the ball moving. Woodward pulls up, front of the rim, no good. Union back.
I think I would have hit Spence with the body from behind on that last possession.
Deep three attempt, rim no good. Cameron pulls it in. Sorensen had that shot, and there's the pressure from Spence on Gage.
Yeah, they're really getting it. The Knights are really getting after the Jayhawks now on defense. That full court
They've cranked up that defensive pressure and are really trying to force us to play fast. We play fast, we put shots up quick, and then that plays right into their game as to come back and play fast on their end on offense.
Yeah.
It's what they want us to do.
Get the ball across half court and then just set your offense up.
Hegdahl, that was his first personal foul, second for the team this quarter. We will have Seahawks back in. 15 points for Masteller. 2 free throws. He has it from the free throw line. 3:30, third quarter. Gage gets loose a little bit. Cameron tried to put a hand in there, pulled that ball away, and a nice easy shot for Van Dyke.
Pretty little 10-footer.
14 points for him. There we go.
Masteller
Cameron.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. How could that have almost happened?
It's reminiscent of a few years back with
Evans.
Carter.
I'm going to watch here on a delay.
Yeah, trying to save
so
it in
Cameron
bounds and putting it in.
Launches up and almost comes off the hand of one of the Union players through the basket. And out of legs with Cameron. Masteller top of the key, and he is going to see somebody just in his pocket all the time trying to wear him out, and Jesup will lose that possession on the jump ball.
When Masteller's taking that ball to the bucket, he's got 3 defenders in front of him. So they're very aggressive on help defense to try to stop that penetration. They know that that's where we're going to try to go. We've got to find some open available players.
Masteller's got to recognize that.
Yep.
If he's got 3 on him, there's 2 guys that are wide open.
And it takes a little 2 to tango there too, right? The players that are open have got to make themselves available, spot up, be in the line of vision.
Absolutely.
Hegdahl dish to DeWinter on his own, no good. Masteller finds it. And this portion of the game where he goes baseline to baseline, you can almost only do that so much. You can see it's already wearing on him, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
Here's the critical part of me, though. I saw his eyes at half court. They were not looking at anything except where he was going. There was it didn't matter who was open, he was going to the rim.
He wasn't looking for an outlet.
I wouldn't mind. I like that he got himself to the rim, but man, be aware of what else is out there. You might have missed a guy that was wide open on the top of the key over there.
Two missed free throws, and those free throws are going to get harder the more tired you are. And that's something I'm sure they'll work on over break on the ball handling. Who's going to bring that ball up floor? You can't rely on your center all the time. Cameron's waiting in the wings, as is Gage on that far side. Get across midcourt. And he sees a double team. Cameron will take an attempt on the rim. Union takes it back quickly. Hegdahl will dish over to DeWinter, and an opening for Sorensen, no good. And there to pull it in is Seahawks.
There you go.
Is that kind of what you want to do, Luke? You want to see more of that?
Yes.
Abe Sullivan coming in.
Obviously, don't want the travel, but he's a strong kid. Take it at it. So we're going to have Andreessen come back into the game for the Jayhawks, and it looks
Grady Anderson for the Knights. Yep,
okay,
Grady Anderson checks in.
1:44 to go, third quarter. Spence. Abe Sullivan tight defensively against that Union Knight. And Abe is doing a great job defensively, trying to keep him out of play. He has 6 points. He didn't start, but he came in that first half and started putting some points up. But he's been in a drought since then.
Sorensen, Sorensen missed one down here. The Knights are kind of pulling the Jayhawk here by missing
some close ones.
Yeah, they're putting on a show as far as skill, but they're just not getting the roll.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. That Knight offense with that high pick and roll, the little weave. The people are getting to the bucket. They just have to be able to finish that.
Yeah.
Ball to bounce off the Union, approaching 1 minute here in the third quarter. And you got to give credit again to Jesup, stepping up defensively, and the Knights have fought themselves a little bit. And that ball is loose, and we'll go back towards Jesup. Good call there by the official.
We get away with the foul on that 3?
Might have been.
Happen to see?
Might have been.
I thought maybe so, but
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, Luke, because they didn't call it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Listen to this guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
That's what we say. That's what we say to the.
Nice pass.
Give and go. Andreessen had the opportunity.
That
A little
was,
high on the board.
That was outstanding ball movement from one end to the other.
This is showtime.
And you know it's just a matter of time before they really get that figured out. 26 seconds to go. Sullivan walks that sideline.
There you go.
Gage, little lob up, doesn't roll forward, rolls
he's out of
backwards,
bounds.
and Gage steps
Unlucky.
on that sideline.
That was nice.
Good work, good thought. Found himself in the wrong spot.
Absolutely. There's nothing to be mad about any of that other than it just didn't go in the hoop.
Ten seconds. We'll hit that final quarter regulation. I say final quarter regulation because this was the same team, Union, that we went 5 overtimes with about 5 years ago. And no whistle blown there as Andreessen pulls that in. And some frustration on Jesup's end, but
I mean, we're gonna
get ready for that next quarter.
That was just a straight no call. I mean, it should have been a call, but
Do you want to ask Ardell that same question?
I think they looked at the time left and decided, we'll let it go.
That's what we get in middle school football when the linemen come out and say, I'm getting held. And I said, no, you're not. No, I am. I know you're not because there's not a flag. Because if you were getting held, they throw a flag. What they're doing is legal blocking, and you got to find a way to defeat that.
There you go.
Noted there at the end of the quarter, they stole a little bit of time for Masteller to get on the bench. The old coach's trick there, right? About 15 seconds left in the quarter. Let's get him to the sidelines, get him watered up, and get him catching his breath, and then take the full minute here at the between quarters. So he's definitely need him in the fourth quarter here. Keep going.
What's he got? 2 fouls?
He's got, I think he just got 1.
Oh, I
he's
forgot
just
we
got.
have,
Someone's running the sideboards tonight.
I forgot.
Doing great.
Give credit to Miss Andreessen down there. So you bring out Andreessen, Peyton Cameron, Gage Wymore, Parker Masteller, and Seahawks in the lineup here to begin the fourth quarter.
3 of us up here, I feel like I'm cramping Anthony's style over here.
Let the master work.
Yeah.
Gage sees that one blocked. They know where his shot's going to be, and Peyton Cameron's going to come in and have a hack, but good sportsmanship to help up his opponent.
Yeah, pretty good foul there. Wouldn't want to see him get up, again, don't let the ball get on the glass, but no reason to give him an easy one at this point in the game.
No.
Down by 9, not a bad foul.
And Jesup down by 5 after the first, down by 6 after halftime, down by 9 here after the third, and
Cameron Mullen on the line here. He's
one of the starters. He's got 15 total points, actually 13 total tonight.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into this fourth quarter, I will say I've been really pleased with what I've seen out of the Jayhawks here tonight through 3 quarters. And I know we're 11 points behind, and the goal is winning, but sometimes you got to recognize those small successes too. And I think they've just really done a nice job here through 3 quarters.
Yeah, I would agree. This is a team that the Union team has had a lot more success than we have, obviously by record, but also just the quality of play that they've had. And the Jayhawks have put together a nice effort here tonight to stay in this game. And like you've mentioned several times, a lot of it comes from just hard-nosed play, right? Shot, just straight-up hustle, keeping us in this thing, and also finding some range that we haven't seen in the past earlier this season.
Absolutely.
2 team fouls for Jesup now after Peyton Cameron earned his second. Union here, a minute into this fourth quarter, trying to stretch that lead, and that shot comes up from a confident Van Dyke, and Jesup fighting this press in that backcourt, and Seahawks trying to find a way through. Dish to Wymore. Peyton Cameron forced on the dribble, looking for help. Now Masteller really going to get battled defensively. Andreessen looking for the pick. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Cameron forces one up and rebound by Mullen. And I think what we're
nice
seeing now,
right
I
there.
feel like, is not what we've been seeing the first 3 quarters of this
Right.
game from this team. Peyton Cameron, nice little
There you go.
feed in,
Nice
turnaround
turnaround.
jumper.
And I mean, going back to Cameron, that was a great shot by Cameron. He got himself inside, turnaround jumper, made it. I would have liked to have seen him, you know, with 12 seconds on the clock, he fired up that 3. I would have liked to have seen him look inside to Masteller or somebody else cutting into the lane. Give yourself a higher percentage shot, especially when you got that much time left on the
You
shot
mentioned
clock.
we saw that in the girls' game a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Shizzle was on the wing all by herself, and no, let's take a little time and feed it to the post to get to the
Yeah.
higher percentage
Yeah.
shot, right?
Right.
A little better patience.
You know, I suspect if everybody goes home tonight or the weekend and they spend time processing the broadcast from earlier and now, their seasons are spectacularly going to turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Based on the input that's been provided tonight.
Or it's going to be a Billy Madison. They're going to be, we are all dumber for having listened to.
Like I said, easy said for us standing up here. Much
Yeah.
harder to do on the court.
Absolutely, but this is our job, right? We have to call the game, and we're all we tried to be athletes at one point in our lives. I know that we're all competitive, and we can't just stand up here and not provide a little critical feedback here and there. But we obviously support the heck out of all of these kids, regardless of color, white or black uniform, and yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Nice feed inside.
6 minutes to go. As we close out Luke Baldwin's last broadcast.
This, folks, is why
We'd like to
I
send Luke
retired.
off with a sincere farewell from his broadcasting career.
Deep 3 comes in from Van Dyke. You know, the uniform colors, you know. Hey, how about those new uniforms for Jesup?
that was a series of unfortunate words. Words are hard.
Problem is, no one probably paid attention to it till we made an issue
No,
of it.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's plenty.
Is your phone blowing up yet? 58-42. Score is really stretched out. Yep, there's Zach.
There's Zach.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Well,
Yeah, there's quick to the bucket.
good to have internet access while we did.
Those Jesup legs, defensive legs, are starting to wear now. Hard effort for 3 quarters.
Yes, they're
Fourth
tired.
quarter starting to wear here.
Woodward
much
gets that one
quickness.
picked right out of him, and this is the experience coming through for Union. And you talk about how many seniors they have on this team, and the year they played last year to get ready for what this year's going to be.
Yeah, well, and I mean, you look at the roster here. I mean, they've got double the players on their side that we have on ours. So we are just going to be. It's going to be hard for us to maintain through 4 quarters for sure.
Yeah.
Cameron jumps up and will foul Van Dyke. 4:36 remaining. Basket does go down. Will attempt the and one. 21 total points, and that is Van Dyke's been the difference here really in this 4th quarter that stretched some things out.
Daniel Clayberg chiming into my text.
Oh, did he tell you to knock it off
He
too?
says, nice going, Luke.
Dan Clayberg has entered the chat. How about
Well,
that, huh?
All spread it out.
You know, Dan's been up here with me before. He's called the game.
Yeah. We haven't had any Baldwin children up here. There's been an Oxner and there's been Clayberg. I think we even had a Ba running camera at one point.
You could probably get Olivia up here.
It's family business, apparently.
Anna's a woman of few words.
But when she does say them,
Like her father.
deep shot Sorensen. Total of 6 now on that 3. 4 minutes to go.
Here we go.
Seahawks, little force down low, and that was going to be a tough one to get to Sullivan, is where that was going. On the corner again, Sorensen back-to-back threes. Take him to 9. And that's an opportunity right there. Seahawks maybe should have just taken it on his own. He had a gap. And Master will draw the, well, actually give the foul.
Travel, I think.
For travel in there,
They got
okay.
him for traveling.
Took a little extra spin.
Wish we could have run without this third or fourth quarter because it doesn't do the overall 3 quarters of the game justice, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe it was my fault for opening my big stupid mouth, saying that I was really happy with what I saw for 3
No,
quarters.
I'll defend you a little bit on that one. Yeah, I think we have seen what these guys can be.
Yeah.
And there's still some things that Coach Schmines and Schmidt and that they get a chance to work on over break.
Yeah.
And really, it's that transition play that seems to be that's really bogging them down.
Well, and I mean, I think Ardell nailed it. We are very tired right now.
It's been a frantic pace.
We put it out there, and our tank is empty.
Yeah, we're just doing some street ball on the floor right now as Peyton Cameron gets a basket in there. 6 for him, for the senior. And seniors on this squad: Gage Wymore, Peyton Cameron, Braylon Seahawks, Brennan Woodward, Andreessen, Haggerty, Masteller, Sullivan, all juniors on this team.
This is like raining threes, man.
15 total now for Sorensen. .33 margin after being down by 9 at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. Union kept up the pace. They're going to close. They're going to score 80 or more, and we just cannot score that much.
Yeah, they've been averaging nearly 70 points a game,
Yeah.
and they've been shooting almost 48%. Yeah. They certainly haven't probably done that tonight, other than here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned that 80. We were holding them under their. They were not going to reach 80 if things continued the way things were going. But
Haggerty going to come in as we go to the bench, and we'll see Gavin Cherry also make an appearance with some other reserves. Bradley Pint, Woodward back in, Greason back in. Knights will make some adjustments of what they're doing as well. But what you didn't see the Knights struggling on that conditioning like you saw Jesup here in that fourth quarter.
Yeah. But they had been running people in and out 3 quarters straight.
Well, they've got their players in the front court and back court.
Yep.
Jesup's still trying to figure out that perfect rotation for them.
Maybe just a word as we look at some of the JV players come in here. The JV game, happened to catch a couple of those over the past couple of weeks. The JV plays a lot of freshmen. In addition, we play a freshman soft game every week where our secondary freshmen get in. So if numbers is the name of the game, we've got a lot of freshmen that are coming through the system.
And they're good.
And they're good.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of future certainly coming up through the program here.
Well, and that's something over break that you do see Coach Schmines. He will start picking players off of those teams if he sees an opportunity, a role that one of them could fit on this team in a varsity play.
Yep.
And play in the night game.
Yep, and even a kid or two that plays a JV game that maybe had seen some varsity time to try to get them right.
Yeah. 79-44 is the score as Masteller will lead things for Jesup with a total of 15, I believe, is how he ends, as does Wymore. But gentlemen, that first 3 quarters, I'll go back to say, I think we see what they can be, and they just need to try and figure out how they can get there for 4 quarters.
Yeah, there's no moral victories, but I still say those first 3 quarters were probably as good as I've seen them play all year. I didn't see the Wapsie game. I understand we played real well that night, but love the effort. If they can bring that every night, they're going to get some W's.
Yeah, I think that that effort in the first 3 quarters for sure matched that Wapsie intensity, and sometimes it's the big game that gets the best out of you, right?
Yep.
I think that's what we saw. So
Yeah.
before we log off here too much further, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to come up here and join the legends.
Well, it's something.
Upper in the upper patio, and it certainly was, again, thanks to the Booster Club for the opportunity to do this. It was a great opportunity, and as I led up to this week, all kidding aside, people really enjoy the broadcast. They really look forward to seeing you guys back, and it's a great joy to be up here with you.
Appreciate that, Ardell, and it was our pleasure to have you up here with us. You did a great job, man.
Thank you.
We found our flow in the boys game, I think, a little bit. The girls game was like, okay, you got 3 people talking. How's that working? And we haven't done it for a while, but we got our flow here in that boys game where some things needed to be. But appreciate you being up here, and I appreciate everybody humoring this week when I was posting AI-generated photos from the past.
Even though I'm like,
they may or may not look like that, and Ardell only has one picture that is by himself, and he's wearing a Star Trek shirt. So that made for some extra fun. But it was fun being up in the upper patio. Appreciate Anthony Baugh doing what he does, and he's got some new toys he's playing with. Eric Clark running camera tonight, getting the band back together. But Luke, good to have you up here again, Ardell,
right on, man.
as well. And like we said, it's not goodbye. It's see you later. Who knows? We might show up here again. But again, thank you to on-site producer Anthony Baugh and Eric Clark, as well as up here with Luke Baldwin, actually Ardell Oshner, again from the upper patio. Again, final score: boys lose tonight, 79-44. You can watch this game again on replay on our YouTube page. This is the Jayhawks Sports Network. Heartland Technology, music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks. Good night. Have a Merry Christmas.